I'm Terry Carbonell. I've been flying for approximately 18 years. I got my pilot's license at the ripe old age of 44. I fly the Turtles in a 182 RG that's affectionately named Wild Mama. So I've done 2 turtle missions out of the Keys and absolutely love flying turtles.
I'm Donna Kennedy, and I fly the Turtles in a Bonanza G36. Lots of back room space for them. They get to stretch their fins out. And I've flown 4 missions for Turtles Flight 2. Some of those have been their VIPs, and some of them have been the VIPs as Turtles.
Hi, I'm Kelly O'Donnell. I've been flying since 2016, and if I think about it, I think I have flown on 6 turtle missions, including with a couple of these ladies here, and pretty much I don't have my own plane, so I fly in whatever plane I can either rent or that somebody else lets me use. So a little bit different of a path if you can get your flight school to agree to flying turtles in it.
Hi, my name is Sally Frakes. I started flying in 2019. My first turtle mission was in 2021, and I absolutely loved it. And that's what I enjoy doing is flying for purpose. And I was able to fly with Kelly here in 2021, and I'm hooked.
I'm Brenda Tibbs. I'm from Knoxville, Maryland. I've been flying for about 20 years, and I've gotten to do 1 turtle mission, and I flew that turtle in a twin Technum. I'm a flight instructor, so like some of you, Kelly had said, I fly lots of different airplanes.
So I guess the first question I think people would like to know is, what attracted you in the first place to flying turtles? It's not the first thing that would occur to most, and you're doing this at your own expense. So this is not just something that you get something monetarily out of. This is costing you money to do. So tell us the story about how you got into this.
I think who mentioned it, that flying for a purpose. I think when we all start flying, you just kind of go around in circles, or you do pattern work or do the $100 hamburger, and you don't really have a mission for flying other than I want to go flying and better my skills. This is something that we can all do that not only betters our skills, we enjoy being in the airplanes, we enjoy flying, but it also does something for the environment, for the community, and for humanity. And it really makes you feel like, because we do have a carbon footprint, and it makes us feel better about using our carbon footprint for something worthwhile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for me, it's combining some of my passions. So I'm a scuba diver, a sailor, and a pilot, and and I care so much about the turtles. So being able to give back with the plane to conserving them, it's just been a great way to mix my passions.
So like Donna Terry mentioned, I have a very similar story. Except that my background is I'm a marine biologist, and I was looking for a way to combine my 2 passions of the ocean and aviation when I came across an article about a pilot transporting turtles, and I was like, there it is. How do I get involved? And I've been a part of Turtles Fly 2 ever since.
Yeah, so flying with a purpose, that's what I want to do with my aviation, and it's interesting because there's a lot of alignment here. I also am a scuba diver. I also am a sailor. And I've always wanted to complete my pilot training, and which I did. But the fact that I get to give back, complete the circle. So thank you.
When I originally learned how to fly, part of what I wanted to do was flying over the water and looking for marine life. And then I was working at the Aircraft Owners and Pilots Association when I came across an article about Leslie and Turtles Fly 2, and I had the opportunity to reach out to him. And then we've just been kind of in touch ever since. So that's been about 10 years. And then I finally had an opportunity to start flying with Turtles Fly 2.
Do any of you have any particular stories about maybe your first flight, the first time turtles were loaded into your plane, or memories you have that really stand out that tell the story of how meaningful this is to you?
One of the things that really impressed me was, it was before I knew about compassion flying and what all that entails, and I knew that these were critically ill turtles that were coming down here that we were needing to take to the facilities, and I thought I'd just be waiting in line behind all of the other aircraft that were waiting to depart at the airport we were at, but we actually got priority over everybody. So one of the flights that I did, we got to cut off the commercial airlines and everything. So I mean, there was probably about 6 planes that were in line that we got to cut in front of, and everybody's excited to hear it because we're like, we have critical turtles, can we get expedited, leaving? And then everybody's responding back through the radio like, oh cool, you have turtles, what are you doing? And you're not supposed to clutter up the radio, but I mean, this is something that gets everybody excited, and that was just a really memorable moment to see all of that.
And that stands out to me is that, it starts with us and it's a small group and it grows anywhere we are seen with the turtles. Mm-hmm. So if you go to the airport, the FBOs, everybody inside is coming out offering to help carry boxes. Mm-hmm. And it just brings a community together that, may have never spoken to each other before. And, the piloting community already is very diverse. And now you introduce sea turtles into it and people are just intrigued and they want to be a part of it. And then when you get to release them when they're healthy, it's just so much more fulfilling, and people are lining the beaches, and I've seen people crying as we're putting them back into the water. It just touches everybody.
See, this is my complete the circle because I've never done a release. I've always been on the other side of picking up the turtles and taking them to their, rehab facilities, and then I've gone to Marathon to visit them a few times to see how the little turtles are doing. But I am really excited about today because we're doing a release and we get to see, really, this is the fruits of your labor, is they're healthy now.
It's so
and they're going back into the wild. So.
And I want to add to what you just said, that you went back and visited the turtles that you brought somewhere. And I think that is a common thing with all of the turtle flyers, that you get attached to these, even if you're in a little 20-minute flight with them in there, you want to see that they get healthy and they get re-released. So I know I've also done the same thing. I've gone back to the rehab facility and visited them and asked questions about how are they doing, and they'll tell you all about, oh, they're eating well now, we got them off of medication, so now it's just fattening them up and getting them to that point of release, and it's just really touches you to be a part of this whole organization.
The other thing it's nice too is, since we're all 99's, I mean, we've been able to bring in other 99 sisters, and I can remember telling my girlfriends, you got to come and see my turtles.
Yes.
So we all traipse down to Marathon and we go see the turtles, and then you're educating another part of the population about the importance of turtle conservation. Mm-hmm. And one of the things you were talking about earlier is that it's painful to think that my grandchildren would say there used to be these things called turtles, sea turtles, and they're extinct now. I mean, we hear about the extinction of dinosaurs and we can't really wrap our heads around it so much because we never saw dinosaurs. But when you're flying these little creatures and they're endangered, sorry.
I know.
And you think that there'd be a world without them. It hurts.
And well, I just found it, my first turtle mission, it was profound when we landed at Sarasota. Then all of a sudden the Sarasota Moat Sea Aquarium van pulls right up. That's how timely this needs to be.
It brings it home. It really does bring it home to how critical that this is a very serious business. I mean, it's fun. The turtles are just so cute. We all sport turtle jewelry. I mean, every one of us has our little turtle garb and stuff, but it helps get the message out in kind of a fun way. And this is a way that it brings awareness, I think, to a group of people who may not think of doing conservation, because you can use your airplane and you can do something for good, and just it beats the $100 hamburger, just hands down.
Yes. The turtle that I got to fly was not releasable, and we took it to the Brookfield Zoo in Chicago, and I get to follow it on social media. And it was a great opportunity because the zoo was closed during that time, during COVID, during the pandemic. So we got to do a behind the scenes tour and see all kinds of stuff, and to get to see Pistachio, the turtle, released it was in a tank, but she had been in a rehab for years, and then they finally found a program that could take her, and to see her get to swim in a really nice facility, it was really cool.
Yeah, I would just add to all of this the collaboration that goes on behind the scenes to make all of this possible has just been amazing too. I mean, it's multiple facilities all coordinating with each other. Today, we're waiting for a couple of pilots flying in, and there's a mass text going on between all of the facilities that were at the starting end and here at the final end with the pilots, with the federal agencies that are permitting these flights, and it's really neat to see how much collaboration is going on to get these turtles to where they need to be, whether it's for rehab or for getting them to be released back into the wild.